I am unprofitable with native ads. How can I turn a negative Taboola campaign, a negative Outbrain campaign into profit? This is a question many people are reaching out to us. And in this video, we will tell you a process. We will show you a process how you can turn a campaign, a negative campaign, into a positive turn. Hi everyone, my name is Marcel Sattler. I'm the founder of PurpleBlack, a native advertising only agency. What we're doing on a daily basis is we run profitable performance marketing campaigns on native advertising traffic sources like Taboola, Outbrain, Gemini, and many, many more. And maybe you're currently facing the issue that your native advertising campaign is not profitable. It doesn't matter if it's Taboola, Outbrain, MGID, RevContent, whatever. You might have heard about, maybe also from my videos, that native ads might be a very good fit for your brand and for your offer. And here again, it doesn't matter if you run e-commerce, lead gen, arbitrage, or if you're an affiliate. But maybe it's just not working out for you yet, and you're wondering, what can I do? And here a little information about this video. This video will be 1 out of 2 videos. In this video, we will speak about more the fundamentals, and in the next video, we will dig deeper into it. So important to understand here, this is more from a holistic point of view, more from a marketing point of view, and the other video will be more from a technical point of view. When we speak about a campaign, we have different, let's say, touch points more or less, because you have a campaign, it's like a funnel, isn't it? You have like on top of the funnel, you have the ads, and like always, I'm very sorry for my bad writing. Then you have the advertorial, then you have the offer page, and then more or less sooner or later, you should have a sale. And you have a few touch points which you can optimize here. So in the beginning you can, or you should, in fact, you should check your ads. How is it going with the ads? Here you have a lot of options depending on the traffic source. When I speak about the major traffic sources like Taboola and Outbrain, there are different campaign types. So there are things like a more automatic campaign type, and there are things like a more manual campaign type. In the very beginning, I would always recommend you to go as automatic as you can. Go with a max conversion campaign, put in all your effort, but don't try to be smarter than the algorithms in the background. You know, the algorithm have more data, the algorithm knows more precisely where to put your ad and so on and so forth. So I do not say don't do optimization, but what I say is don't try to do manual bidding, day trading, and all this stuff. Go for a as good as possible, maximize conversion campaign, put in all, or play safe here. This is what I want to say here, which is important for you. Next thing is check out the KPIs. So if you take a look into the ads, there are different things. You can check out here the CTR. You can check out things like the CPC. You can check out the sites or the sections, depends on what platform you are. That just means more or less where my ads are visible, on what pages my ads are visible. Is it T-online, is it whatever, you know? Let's say it's sites. Afterwards, it's also important to check on which devices you run. Here a little tip from my end, if you run a campaign, always separate the devices. Usually best practice is here to run one campaign with mobile and tablet and one campaign with desktop traffic. So these are 2 different campaigns. And the reason here is simple, because you have different bids. So for mobile and tablet, the bid is lower than on desktop. On desktop, you have less traffic, higher bid. And here mobile, you have more traffic, lower bid. Why we do now adding mobile and tablet together? Very simple, because tablet usually has a better conversion rate. And what we want to make with this combination of a campaign, we want to have a tablet click, which is more qualitative, for a mobile price, which means you save a lot of money, which is awesome. So therefore we put them together on a lower scale. If you have a lot of scale, if you have a lot of money, and if you have a lot of marketing pressure, sooner or later, you can put, of course, tablet into your own campaign here. But this is something I would check, I would recommend to check. I would check what are the differences here, which makes more sense based on the numbers. By the way, important is to optimize, of course, obviously, you need to run the campaigns a couple of days. And please, if you just run it for, I don't know, $50 or $60, this is not enough to optimize a campaign. Let it run for a couple of days, spend a bit of money, and don't overwhelm here. Don't freak out if the campaign spends, let's say, $150 and you don't have a sale. So it's a normal process, because with native ads, you start very broad. You start broad and then you narrow down the funnel. And the more you narrow down the funnel, the cheaper it will get, because here in the beginning, of course, it's more expensive than here at the end of the, let's say, funnel or optimization process, because here you know exactly on this point here, you know exactly what's working, what's not working, which kind of ads you should go live with, and which kind of ads you should avoid. So therefore, this is the general approach how it's working. So you can check the ads, which is obviously always useful. Another touch point is the advertorial. And here I would recommend you to put multiple advertorials in. And usually we have something between 3 to 5 advertorials live, just to test them. And here you need something like a tracker. This can be volume, click flare, whatever. But here I would always recommend to use a tracker to rotate the landing pages and just to see what's working best here. And also important that those landing pages, that they look differently in the beginning. So I would not just change a picture here or so, you know, like the header picture, but here try to make different approaches. Like, for example, one professional one, like a very legit third-party newspaper is writing about it. Try one more amateur style, one review, one blog, like from the me perspective. So you have a bunch of different possibilities here, and try to shoot in different direction on purpose. And afterwards, if you see, okay, the blog article is working awesome, then you can create more blog articles, you know, like, for example, from a woman, from a man, with a more aggressive headline, with a more salesy page, without, and so on and so forth. You get the point. You can do a lot afterwards, but here try the things out and analyze the campaigns as good as possible and analyze the advertorials. And maybe you think now, okay, I just have one advertorial here, then you don't do enough, honestly, yet to optimize your campaign and to bring your campaign from the red numbers into a positive part. You need to test out here things, and if you don't want to go the extra mile here, it will be very, very hard for you to make your campaign profitable. So this is the advertorial part here. And afterwards, you also have, of course, the offer page. And here it depends a bit what you're doing. Some guys, if you're affiliates, then you cannot really adapt the offer page, but sometimes offer owners are sharing with you different offer pages. So you can consider also by using a tracker like Volume or Clickflare, Red Track, whatever, to rotate them. And this is one thing. On the other hand side, you can create your own offer page if you're the offer owner. So here I cannot really give you a specific advice here on YouTube, because there are different ways which you can, or how you can handle it. So this is based on the funnel, what you can do. And again, we will not dig too deep into this topic, because there will be another video where we'll share my screen where we dig more and deeper into this topic. But something else I want to mention here, and it's the approaches. Approach is more or less the angle of a campaign, in which direction you want to move the campaign, because at the end of the day, products or services are replaceable. And it's more important about how you sell it, to whom you sell it, in which way you sell it, than the product itself. So now in 2024, it's not working to say, hey, I have a nice product, please buy it, you know? And that's not working for native, because on native, you're shooting usually for a completely cold audience. And it's your job as a marketer to heat up the audience, that the prospect is able to buy and willing to buy the product or service within a few mouse clicks. And what you definitely want to avoid, you want to avoid multiple touch points, use expensive retargeting, because this is usually just making the sales process longer on the one hand side and makes it more expensive. And therefore you want to avoid it. Long story short, try different marketing angles. And if you are selling something, let's say a diet service, like you want to do lead gen for a bit chubby, a bit fat people, on how they can lose weight. So it's a very basic offer. There's a lot of competition out there for this offer. And what you want to do obviously is you want to bring the right people in your funnel, and then you want to make it profitable and scale it up. So this is the pretty basics. And now you can just say, hey, fat people, listen to me. I have something you might be interested in. But this will not work because there is too much offer out there, and it's like maybe just to lose weight is not their real pain, you know? The real pain is something else. The real pain is that the people, if I now speak, I'm a guy, so I can now speak from a guy's perspective, that they might not get the right girls. If I speak about the girl perspective, it might be that when you go to a changing room, to a dressing change and try dresses or try a new jeans, then you cannot close the button, and this is a very uncomfy feeling. So there are a lot of feelings, and this is what you can use here as a marketing angle and what you should use here. So long story short, when you launch something, and this is the process we are using in our agency at PurpleBlack to bring our client campaigns to profit. We start not just with one, but something between 3 and 5 different approaches to ensure that we will find the right one. Because honestly, we don't know what will work at the end of the day, but we know usually based on the numbers, 1 out of those 3 to 5 approaches will work. And therefore we have like, I will start here now with 5. We have those 5 different marketing angles. And under every angle, there are different advertorials. So here for approach 1, for example, there is advertorial 1, then there is advertorial 2, there is advertorial 3, and so on and so forth. So I think you get the point. And the ads, and of course there are also different ads. Ad 1, ad 2, ad 3. So it's important here that you have the different approaches and that the ads are aligned with the angle. Same for the advertorial, of course. And this is how we are doing it. And let me explain you a bit more the angles and how you can use it. Again, weight loss product, the same one. And here I have a real life sample. And you can market your product in completely different ways. So we have a client which was scaled up to crazy amounts of profitable ad spend. And this is because we chose the right amount here. And what we did in the beginning, we did a test. So in our testing, we saw, okay, just the normal lose weight approach is not working. We saw, okay, if we say about you can handle more in the gym, it's not working. But what was working? To attract more girls. This was the approach which was working. And we focused on exactly this approach which was working, and we scaled it up like crazy. And afterwards, we know, okay, approach 3 is the working approach. So we create lookalikes like 3.1, 3.2, 3.3, and so on and so forth, because this is a direction we want to move because it's getting profitable. It's making our clients money. And this is something you should always do, especially in the beginning of a campaign, to find the right marketing angle. And this is crucial for native ads because it's a very cold audience and you have to handle a cold audience differently. You don't have a smart algorithm like you have here on YouTube. You don't have a smart algorithm like with Google Ads. You don't have this smart meta algorithm. So you have to do more manual work. And from a marketing perspective, you must try different angles in order to see what's working and then read and understand the most important KPIs and data here. So you see, it's not rocket science. Native ads is a process. So if you start today with native ads, don't go and buy tomorrow a Lambo because it's not working. It's very uncommon that a native ad, when you start it today, that you will be crazy rich tomorrow. It's always a process, and this process always takes time. So you need to be patient and you need to stay on the process. Keep the line here. Don't lose faith in the campaign. As mentioned already, this is the video 1 out of 2 videos. Here it's just a warm-up video. And in the next video, we will jump deeper into the topic of optimization a campaign, optimize a campaign, and how you can squeeze out a better performance out of Taboola ads, Outbrain ads, MGID, and more. I hope you liked that video. If so, please do now the following thing. Write me your biggest problem with native ads in the comments below. And this will help us to make the next video for you, which is more hands-on, custom fit for you, for our audience, because we are not doing this for us. We do this for you guys and we want to help you. So write down in the comments, what's your problem with Taboola ads, with Outbrain ads, with MGID, RevContent, whatever. And we will try to put it in our next video, which will be the hands-on video. So write it down in the comments below and we will see us in the next video. Have a good one. See you next time.